Hello, hello, welcome back. Today is day 9 and our focus today is on our core and our core strength and stability. Let's get right to it. Get into your comfortable position, comfy clothes, and at your own pace and time, gently close your eyes and deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep your breath going. Bring your hands to heart center. Feeling your heart, feeling your rib cage, feeling your core, your stomach muscles, your chest. Expand as you breathe in and compress as you breathe out. And setting your intention for today's practice, thinking about how today is a little bit different from our other days thus far, more focused on our core strength versus our flexibility, but also thinking about how important our core is to our entire body and how much it impacts how strong that we are and how strong that each part of our body and how flexible each part of our body can become. Good. And gently drop your hands. Breathing out and open your eyes to start. Everybody, we're going to start standing up today. Now the reason, just so you guys know, why we're doing a core day, because I know it's not your typical yoga stretch day, is that my grandma Millie was huge on core. Like I told you guys before, she was a professional dancer and she was really big on her stretching, her posture, and core was the third thing. When we did do all of our stretches in the living room, when she was a professional dancer and learned a lot of the things that she did learn, your core strength she learned had so much to do with your overall health and how flexible, how strong you're able to get certain joints, whether you're lifting weights or whether you're doing yoga, Pilates. Your core is everything. So that's why we're going to focus on that today. So starting standing up, this is one of Millie's favorite stretches to do until she aged. This was one of her ride or die, I would say, like top 5 stretches. Can be pretty simple, but as we age, right, it gets harder to do the simple things. So it can look simple, but give it a try with me, okay? So hands on our hips. All we're gonna do is we're going to step down onto the mat, and this would be a great time to add your blanket or add extra support for your knees if you need, okay? So stepping down one by one, right and then left knee, and then coming up, right and then left knee. Okay, so all we're doing is just gently dropping down. We want to come down nice and soft on our knees, and we're using our core to lift our weight up. Okay, that's why this is a great core exercise, a great core opener, but you're also using your legs as well as your hips and your back to get up. So it's almost like a full body exercise as well. Keep those shoulders down, and a reminder to always work on that posture, shoulders back, lifting up as we step down and step up. Good. Step down and up. And one more down and up. Good. Nice. Now step to the back of your mat. From here all the way to the back, because we're going to need some room for this exercise. So from here we're going to roll down, starting with the top of our head. Bring your legs about hip width distance apart. And I'm going to start with the top of my head, roll down one vertebra at a time, nice and slow, reaching for your toes. Maybe you hang here for a second before we get into the next position if need be, just to stretch out your legs and your lower body. And from here, you're going to gently walk one hand at a time in front of you. We're going to start off by coming into a nice downward dog position. So your hips are all the way up. You're making an upside down V shape or a triangle shape with your body. And your gaze, you're looking back toward your toes, lifting your hips up as high as possible, but dropping your heels so that they're nice and relaxed. And from here, you're just gonna shift your weight forward into a plank position. And we have 5 seconds holding here in our plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lifting up, back into a downward dog. And then we walk our hands back into our feet to finish. And last but not least, we roll up one vertebra at a time. And that's the exercise for your core, okay? So it's a mix of yoga, stretch, and core for this one, all right? So we've got 5 of those. That was one. This is our second one, rolling down. Nice and slow, reach for those toes. And walk the hands out. Your downward dog. Good, hold here. Looking back, shift your weight forward into your plank. Shift your weight back into your downward dog. And gently walk your hands back in. And rolling up, nice and slow. This is 3, roll it out. Making sure you breathe as you flow. And coming into our downward dog. Maybe you take some walks with your heels. As in our third variation. And leaning forward, high plank, holding, holding, holding. And shifting back. And gently walk those hands in. Roll up. Good. This is 4, 2 more. Rolling down. Walking in front, speeding up the motion. And walking in front to a plank. Hold. Nice and strong. Try to spread these fingertips nice and wide in your plank position, you guys. Keeping them as flat to the ground as possible. Lift your hips, adding the walking motion. Always inviting you guys to add leg extensions into your downward dog position to amplify. Nice and slow. Good. Last one, rolling down. And walk the hands out. And gazing in front. Hold plank, fingers nice and long. Gaze in front to hold this nice straight line. And lifting up. And rolling up. Good. Nice job. Shake it out. We're going to come to our mat now. Okay, so our next exercise, another one my grandmother was really big on. We would do it every single time we would stretch. You guys, at the end of our stretch routine, she would make me and my sister and my mom do this core exercise, and we would dread it. But I feel like it's really helped with my obliques. So this will help with your obliques. Nobody should be a stranger to this exercise. It is our side plank. Okay, so we're gonna start with both knees on the ground. We're gonna keep both knees glued together, our ankles glued together, hand on your hip, and we're gonna take a couple lifts on this side, and then we're going to take an amplification. So from here, squeeze in your stomach. If you need to close your eyes for a second and just connect your glutes and your core and everything in this section together just to get your focus. Focus on something or spot something in front of you to keep your balance. Balance is super important for this exercise. Okay, so spot something in front of you and we lift up. Nice. Lifting up, try to keep a nice straight line in your body. And down. I'm gonna move my knees back, straighten out my line. Good. All right, and another lift up and down. That's 2. We're gonna do 5. This is 3 and 4 and 5. Take a nice hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you guys, coming out of this, very important, do not flop onto your mat. This was a big one for my grandma. She would yell at us if we did. So you come down nice and slow, nice and controlled with your hip, because 1, you don't want to hurt your hip bone, and 2, it just speaks to your control over your body, which is very underestimated skill, but having this control over what we can do makes a big difference, right? It helps us gain strength as well. So now we're going to try the same thing with our legs extended out. So everybody try it at least. This one you can do on your elbow, or you can press up onto your hand. I like to press up onto my hand. There was a special way in which Millie liked us to get up into this position, so I'm going to have you guys do it as well. So you want to put your hand on your hip, and once we go up, our arm is going to come up into the air, all right? So lifting up, we're just going to hold in that position, all right? So lifting up, pressing away, same thing, try to keep your fingertips out nice and wide as you press, spotting something in front of you and hold. Smile through pain. This is a hard one, but we got it. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come down, gently, gently, gently. Just like that. Good job. I know you guys did it. Other side. Same exact thing. Oof, that one feels very good. All right, next side, same thing. We have 5 lifts up and down, and then a hold. And lift up for 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5, and hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come down, gently squeeze in that core in your glutes. Nice. Beautiful. You should barely even be able to hear a pin drop when you come down. All right, same thing, legs out straight. Arm comes onto your hip. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And on 3, lift up. 1, 2, and 3. Lifting up. Bring your arm up and holding. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Squeeze those legs together. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come down. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to grab onto our block. We did this exercise earlier in the series, but we're going to add a layer to it this time with our yoga block. So this is our bird dog position. Our dead bug position. So what we're going to do is extend opposite arm, opposite leg out, but we're just using the block to add a little bit of weight to amplify this stretch. So this is also not just for your core, but for your low back as well. Okay, so opposite arm, opposite leg, extends out, and bring it in. Swap the block to the other hand, whichever one is being extended, and bring it up. The other side, and bring it in, and other side, and in. And again. And bring it out. Again, don't let that foot touch the ground or your hand touch the ground. Just bring it as close to the ground as you can without actually touching. One more time each side. Keep that leg nice and long. Don't let it bend. Keep that back in touch with the yoga mat as well. Good. And drop. Shake it out. If you need to stretch out your legs, shake them out a little bit. Now is the time to do so. And from here, we're going to take a boat pose. This was another big one for my grandmother, but it was also a big one that I learned when I was doing gymnastics, which I did for 10 years. So big one for core strength, and I felt like this stretch always, and still does, always help me get my abs back whenever I lose them. So this and side plank, giving you guys the secrets, or at least what's worked for me. So this is, let's get to that stretch. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna bring the block either to your feet, or you can bring it to your thighs, whichever you prefer. We're just gonna bring our feet out, hands are gonna come down, our feet are gonna lift to a 45-degree angle, and we're just gonna hold for about 30 seconds, taking nice deep breaths. I'm not gonna count out loud just so I can focus and really get into the stretch. So everybody breathe. If you're block ready, on 3 we lift up. In 3, 2, 1, and lift and hold. Maybe pulse your hands. Good. And drop nice and slow and controlled. Good. Shake it out. Good job. And we've got another with our yoga block. All right, so this is essentially a figure 4. So what you're gonna do is drop one leg, keep the other up, bring the yoga block around, and the other leg comes up simultaneously. Yoga block drops, bring it up, and twist, all right? So you've got 10 of these, 5 on each side. Feel free to do more if your body is calling for it. I suggest you do more just to give yourself something to work for. So let's get straight to it. All right, legs come up. Deep breath before we get started. Breathe in and breathe out, and we start. Drop the leg and lift. Other side, drop and lift. Other side, drop and lift and drop and lift. Get the rhythm of your breath. Good. Trying to lift your head and tops of your shoulders off the ground as you do this exercise. I actually lost count, so I don't know how many you're on, but keep going until you've done 5 on each side. I'm gonna do 1 more on each side. And last one. Good. And bring your feet down. Drop that yoga block down to finish. For today, I hope you guys loved these stretches and these strengthening exercises for your core. Like I said, these are ones I've been doing since I've been very young, whether I learned them from my grandmother Millie, or from dance, or from gymnastics. Great ones to do because you can do all of these at home and still get your abs right, ladies and gents. So hope you try it. And once you've kind of relaxed, maybe if you're out of breath, give yourself a second to collect yourself. Come into your comfortable position, close those eyes to finish off today. And directing our thoughts and our attention to our core and our center, thinking about maybe if you're feeling a burning sensation, or if your abs feel tight, like they tend to after a core ab workout. Hopefully they're feeling that way. And if they are, that's how we know that we've gotten in a nice good workout for our body. And keeping your eyes closed, I want you to pick your favorite core exercise from today, whether it was the most fun or you felt it had the most impact on what you felt in your core. Whatever it was, thinking of your favorite core stretch from today, picking one, and thinking about how you will implement this strengthening exercise into either your stretch routine or your routine in the gym. And visualizing yourself taking this stretch exercise from today and implementing it into that routine. Good. Couple more deep breaths with your visualization. And when you're ready, gently start to bring life back into your body. Circle your wrists, in your toes, some movement. Circle your ankles. Gently drop your hands to your side. And softly open your eyes. Alright guys, that was day 9. Thank you for joining. Get excited. Tomorrow is day 10. You're almost done. Don't leave me hanging here. But like I said before, tomorrow I've got a great surprise for you guys. So get excited to figure out what that is and to finish your last day with me in the series to start off the year. So, all right, see you tomorrow.